Hey tech heads, Fina here. Today I want to do a comparison between the BYD Seal Premium versus Performance. And if you think that apart from more power, the Seal Performance doesn't really offer anything extra, you're in for a surprise. Let's check it out. Okay, we have to start with the powertrains. The BYD Seal Premium has only one electric motor, which is located at the rear, powering the rear axle. Its output is 230 kilowatts. Meanwhile, the Seal Performance brings quite a bit more oomph with two motors and an all-wheel drive. The total motor output is 390 kilowatts, with the front electric motor bringing 160 kilowatts and the rear motor taking care of the remaining 230. So it is a significant upgrade in power, and if you like the sound of that, I'm sure you're also curious about the difference in acceleration and performance. And this is where things get interesting, with the BYD Seal Performance covering a quarter mile in just 11.9 seconds. 0 to 60 mile per hour acceleration is 3.7 seconds for the Performance, and a slightly longer but still excellent 5.7 seconds for the Premium. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is 3.8 seconds versus 5.9 seconds respectively. And the top speed is limited to the same 112 miles per hour or 180 kilometers per hour for both. But I would say that should still be more than enough for most roads and commutes. What do you think? Do you need or just want a higher top speed than that? And now let's look at all the equipment that you'll get in the Performance, but is missing in the Premium. The first one really surprised me, but according to available information, only the Seal Performance gets a heated steering wheel. I don't really understand the thinking behind that, and I would bet that it actually is present in both versions, but in the Premium, it's just disabled in software. And that's just cold. Next is the Intelligent Torque Adaptation Control, or iTAC system. Now, this is an advanced system that's meant to enhance vehicle stability and safety by providing a higher level of control and responsiveness for the driver. So while traditional vehicle stability systems use wheel sensors to monitor speed changes, which can lead to braking intervention if there is, let's say, a potential slip detection, the iTAC system instead uses a motor resolver with 4,096 acquisition bits, which significantly improves the accuracy and the speed of information gathering. That works to provide enhanced precision, meaning that the iTAC system can predict wheel speed changes more than 50 milliseconds in advance, which ensures a timely and appropriate response to maintain stability. Unlike conventional systems, which primarily rely on braking to reduce slip, the iTAC system offers several different control methods, including torque transfer, appropriate torque reduction, and the application of negative torque, enabled by the electric motor's quick response. So this is a cool multifunctional approach which allows for more efficient and precise vehicle dynamics control, and the iTAC significantly enhances vehicle performance on slippery roads as a result. So to me, this sounds really great and definitely like something that I'd want, especially at high speeds. I do wish there was a way to add something like this to my EC4 because the traction control with my front wheel drive just really sucks. And when I step on it, I definitely quite often get undesirable wheel spin. So this sounds pretty cool to me. Another thing that's only available in the BYD Seal Performance is that it seems you don't have to manually switch the child lock on the doors with a key, but rather it can be controlled electronically on the display. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any further details about this, so if you're a Seal Performance owner, please let me know how the child lock is operated in the comments. Another thing that surprised me is that shock absorbers are also exclusive to the Seal Performance. You can even rely on semi-active suspension technology with frequency variable damping shock absorbers for ultimate responsiveness, which is also known as frequency selective damping, or FSD technology. Not to be confused with the Tesla FSD, of course. So these advanced shock absorbers control the oil flow in the damper cylinder through the FSD valve. The damper cylinder automatically adjusts its softness and hardness according to the current pavement conditions. So in smooth road conditions, the damper cylinder has greater damping resistance for a more stable and maneuverable ride. And then on bumpy roads with a high vibration frequency, the damper becomes softer, which enables the damper cylinder to absorb the road impact, thus, of course, providing a more comfortable driving experience. I have to say, this is probably the most important must-have feature for me in the Seal Performance. I imagine that the ride must just feel so much better than the Premium. What do you think? Do you mind a bumpy ride, or which other feature would you miss the most in the Seal Premium? And now, perhaps the biggest surprise, let's talk price. The BYD Seal Performance is sold for around 69,000 Australian dollars, 50,990 euro, or 48,695 pounds. While the BYD Seal Premium goes for 58,798 Australian dollars, 44,990 euro, or 45,695 pounds. What do you think? Is the price difference worth it for the extra motor, the all-wheel drive, and much better acceleration? Plus, we can't forget the heated steering wheel and the frequency selective damping, both of which might persuade me personally to loosen up the purse strings a bit. So I have to say, this comparison was very interesting for me. I really didn't expect the sportier version to have all these extras, like the heated steering wheel, for example, which just seems an odd feature to leave out of the Premium to me. Like, what if I don't really give a rat's about having a very powerful car, but I would still like to keep my hands warm in the winter? The other things I can kind of understand, but this one really just doesn't make sense to me. Well, I wouldn't claim to be an expert on current car equipment standards, so I guess I will just trust that they know what they're doing. Just this heated steering wheel thing is really stuck in my head, and something tells me that I just want it. So I guess I would have to buy the BYD Seal Performance. So actually, I guess it is genius. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Don't forget to drop your thoughts in the comments and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you next time.